All right.
Alrighty.
Um. So, do you think that if a woman hits a man, especially in like a committed relationship, a close, intimate relationship, that is more acceptable than a man hitting a woman?
Acceptable. No. If we're
No.
on a pure level, acceptable, like socially, no, I don't think so. I
Socially,
don't
I
think
think it
women
is
should.
socially considered more acceptable
Oh, you think that right now, like in our
for
current
sure.
environment? Um, I think it depends on your. I think it really depends on your social circles. But I would say that there are probably some people because of sort of sexist attitudes, that think that like, oh well, a woman can't hurt a man,
Right.
and then might come to that
Most
conclusion. But they would be, of course, wrong. I don't know how. It would be very hard for me to judge how widespread that opinion was,
I
at least
find
for at least
I find
from a
that most
purely.
men most men will defend that and they'll put up with it. They'll say, "Oh no, they can't hurt me, so it's funny. I'll put up with it." They'll like and I think that this is very infantilizing to women. And I think that even you said
Right.
earlier you don't want to go down like a legal route, and I'm against our justice system as it is right now, but I would say that the treatment of women for hitting men should be 100% equal to that of a man hitting a woman because it sets a standard and a precedent, and it first of all it makes it so that
Right,
men
but
are
do we
supposed to
know?
be
Do we have any data that it's not that right now? Because I don't know. Like I would not be able to make. I wouldn't be able to hazard a guess at like what the actual numbers are. I don't know without like being able to look. I don't. I've never looked into that specific slice of data. I don't believe as far as like conviction rates for spousal abuse from women to men. I
conviction
imagine they're
rates
probably.
conviction rates for women are across the board far lower, so that's a common
I
knowledge.
mean, sure, but I don't know. I don't know if that doesn't necessarily mean that in this particular instance, there's all kinds of sections of the world where a broad thing is true, but in the specific, it's not. So I don't know. I wouldn't be able to speak to that particular portion, especially not
So have you never
off the cuff.
seen a girlfriend hit their boyfriend? I see it like all the time.
Sorry about that. That sounds traumatic. I don't know that I have actually. I don't know that I've witnessed a boy. I don't know that I've ever witnessed domestic abuse of that type. I mean, I have seen. I guess I have seen. I guess I have seen some spousal abuse in my life, um, but I've never really seen a like a peer or anything like that.
It even just
Um,
on the level of like, oh stop, and that's something women do that men can't do that. And I think
I I don't agree with that assertion.
it sets a
I
violent
don't agree with
standard.
that assertion.
Oh
I think that like
oh
if you're
stop
talking about
hit.
if you're talking about like playful little like hits
It's
like that,
playful if a
I
woman does
disagree with
it.
you.
It's playful if a woman
No,
does it.
I disagree with that. At least in my experience, I don't. I think that when you're talking about little playful things like that, I've never
Right.
seen more, or at least in my personal experience, I've never observed it being judged differently. I do agree that there's like some forms of playful, I should put quotes around, violence that is accepted in our society that I don't think should be. Mostly towards children, though. I would say that like parents, like spanking or slapping their children even lightly is a little bit concerning to me. But I don't think that I agree with your assertion that it's like there's like some sort of huge gap or anything like that. At least not in my experience.
Hmm. I do think there is a huge gap, but if we're just not going to agree on the details, I can change the topic. Or we can have Stardust do a song for us before
Oh
that.
well, I think Stardust is just gonna be doing this banana dance. It
Yeah,
looks
go
like.
ahead.
Um, but I mean, we can keep talking. I guess I don't.
No.
I don't know
Go
what the
for
plan is here. But anyway,
sing us a song, Stardust.
Yes. One moment, please. Where am I? Oh crap. I'm. All right. Here we are. Okay. Here.
You're in the Smeth den, Stardust.
Why
I
do
mean,
you
I
look?
will say you do seem to have a very comfy room.
Thank you.
I'll give you that much.
It's only
Wow, you're
comfy in the
looking
areas that you can see.
banana-ly.
Why do you look so worried?
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Do I look worried?
You look worried. Do you
She's
not-
been debating nonstop for like many hours now. So
That is true. I don't know that it's
Not trust
like
me?
worry so much as what? No, I mean I
No.
absolutely trust you to show up as a banana. I don't think you would do anything wrong.
All right. Well, I'm just letting you know.
You play by the rules.
You better. I'm keeping an eye on you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, I guess.
Where's
Wait, is that
President
supposed to be-
Sunday?
President Sunday is snoozing probably.
Why is he muted?
This isn't a song about bananas.
I will be singing you a song, but it's not about bananas.
Oh, no.
It's about that bitch wife making spaghetti again.
So should I be concerned or
No, you'll be fine. Just come with me on this journey. All right, I'm sharing the background music with you, okay?
okay? I'm gonna listen.
okay, wait, I gotta get
Nikki-
this. All right,
Are you guys ready?
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're clicked into the background music.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
perfect.
in it. I got it. I got it.
Can you hear it? Okay.
Oh
Nope.
yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Oh,
Tell me
shit,
if
it's a
if my
video.
levels are okay. There better be something cooking in the kitchen when I get home. Something gourmet, like a steakhouse fillet or a cut still on the bone. Not the usual junk she makes, like lasagna and rice and beans. I've told her so many times to raise the bar on what we eat.
Is this Tim and Eric?
I warned you, I don't want spaghetti again. I warned you, I don't want spaghetti again. You overcook the noodles, I bet. The sauce is probably just from a jar. No garlic bread for me to dip. But wait, there's more! The spaghetti was just the first course. I know you're hungry as a horse. I got the entree to turn you on. I'm cooking veal parmesan. I think that's their son they keep locked up in the attic.
Why did they do that?
I don't know. I don't know if that's actually true. That's my speculation.
Well, that's
Wait.
fair.
Yeah. Okay, one more song for you all. All right.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, just a second.
Your fans are definitely getting what they paid for here.
They definitely are. And then they better show up because I'm going to go full out debate bro mode when President Sunday and I debate. So I am the Joker
that?
to your Batman, President Sunday, whether you want to acknowledge it or not.
Thought I was the Joker.
No, I am the Joker. You are the Batman.
We
Yeah,
talking like
Sunday, to be fair,
Adam
you
West
definitely-
Joker or
You
whatever-
sound more like Batman.
I'm like Danny DeVito, but if they cast him as the Joker.
interesting.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. Well. Okay. All right.
Wait, hold on a second though. If you're okay, it's gonna be a karaoke version. I was gonna say I gotta be careful with the DMCA there. That'd be a shame.
Okay.
But if it's karaoke, it should be all right.
Is the volume level okay?
I can hear you.
No, I can't forget this evening or your face as you were leaving. But I guess that's just the way the story goes. You always smile, but in your eyes your sorrow shows. Yes, it shows. No, I can't forget tomorrow when I think of all my sorrow. When I had you there, but then I let you go. And now it's only fair that I should let you know what you should know. I can't live if living is without you. I can't live, can't give anymore. Can't live if living is without you. Can't give anymore. Sorry. Or your face as you were leaving. But I guess that's just the way the story goes. You always smile, but in your eyes your sorrow shows. Yeah, it shows. Can't live if living is without you. I can't live, I can't give anymore. Can't live if living is without you. Can't live, can't give anymore. That's it, guys. Thank you for
Oh.
having me.
Can you
Wow.
just like
Gotta
say
say,
us?
That's
Can you
actually
just like say
impressive.
us? Yeah. Your voice is great, but can you honestly just say a slur next time and just?
I don't say
No,
slurs.
no,
I
Sunday,
can.
Sunday,
Will and I'll
Mr.
miss
President.
you. Tomorrow I'll kiss you. I can sing you a banana song.
No, we're quite good, thank you. But I do appreciate you coming on and showing support for the
Don't
stream.
ever assume that this banana would say a slur ever again.
I never will.
I was waiting with my finger on the mute
But I
button with every
I
single
do,
line.
I do give you guys full permission to use a slur on me. We're friends now.
No, we're
Okay?
good.
Wow.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Smith.
I don't even
Shut
know
up.
any slurs for banana. That's how
No.
unracist towards bananas I am.
You can use the one for my human form. You can use it. I give you full permission. You have the card. Okay? Everybody here
Right.
has the card. Okay? I know nobody wants that card.
You do
but
not
you all
have the card.
that. You have the card.
The card is I don't necessarily, I mean, I'll take the card.
It's not
but I'm
it's
not
it's
gonna
a
use
it's an off brand. It's just a sand
Yeah.
N-word card. So, you know.
Wow, okay. Damn,
Yeah.
all right, we're going there. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I will say I was pretty impressed with your range there, Stardust. I gotta say that was pretty goddamn good, especially for off the cuff. I didn't know you had
Thank
such a
you.
good singing voice.
I appreciate it. You know, you
Yeah, no
do the
problem.
Mariah Carey impression every now and then, you know. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Don't you ever talk shit about me again, President Sunday. And I'll be back. I am the Joker to your Batman, President Sunday. Please set up the debate. Okay.
Yeah,
Sir?
Aiko wants to moderate apparently.
Okay.
Thanks
Oh,
for
okay.
that, Aiko.
Yeah.
All
Sounds good.
right.
Bye.
Cool. Bye. All right, so now, Smeth, we can. That was an interesting banana intermission. Now we can continue the topic. Oh,
I
but
think you guys went for like 15 minutes, so you still have an hour and 15 minutes left. My apologies, Demon Mama.
count that didn't delete from the. Also, Smith, I can't hear you. You seem to be muted on your
Oh
side.
yeah, I said I gotta chug the rest of my creatine here so I can get back in the mood to destroy
It's
you.
not. It's creatine and not super creatine. You're missing out on that bang energy bonus, huh?
No bang energy bonus, just creatine.
You don't believe whatever that guy's what's his name again? Bang Energy CEO.
Elon Musk.
No. It's Jack Owalk, the dude who's got the craziest outfits on the planet. You know, if you don't know about Jack Owalk, you got to go listen to him scream at you and play the drums very loudly as he claims that he invented a magic molecule that's better than creatine.
You think you're better than me? You think
Me?
you're better than me? Listen. We're gonna talk about nails.
Hey, TOS Smith, just be warned. That is a cancellation condition.
What? Yeah. President
Just watch it
Sunday.
with the sharp objects.
Oh
That
no,
was like
this
a
is
SpongeBob
this
thing.
is
This
a
sounds like SpongeBob.
a comb.
Okay. Okay, good. Just making sure. As you
It's a
were.
comb. It's a prop.
So
Look, if I can't tell, a YouTube moderator can't tell. That's all I'm saying. Then you.
Okay.
I think they could tell.
I think that you've heard the common feminist argument that high heels are a way for women to cripple themselves and be unable to walk appropriately.
What?
You don't agree? I agree with this.
Literally, you said that was a common.
Yeah, I remember
common-
hearing this when I was like,
feminist-
15.
From who?
Woman as hero teacher.
What's that?
It's a feminist class, feminist literature.
Oh, so you were in your feminism class in high school?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Um,
I've never heard that. So,
so
I
high
wouldn't be able
heels,
to speak.
high heels, they make women taller, look thinner for men, and they make it incredibly hard for them to walk. And it basically you're crippling yourself just for your beauty and your appearance, for the sake of others.
I don't agree with that at all.
You don't
honestly.
agree? Well, I can argue with that, but I would
No.
wanted to extend that even further to nails. Something I personally, for me, I consider it a dating preference. I consider very long nails, like over an inch. That's a red flag. Like if you're dating someone with long nails like that, it means they're not going to do any manual labor. Like they're not going to want to wash dishes. They're not going to be able to function very well. They're not even going to be able to type well on a keyboard. They're just like permanently disabling themselves.
Excuse me. I'll have you know, I know quite a number of people with pretty large acrylics who are damn good at typing at a keyboard. In fact, I'm very good at typing on a keyboard with acrylics. My nails are all fucked up right now, but I recently had quite long acrylics, and I did just fine to do my stream, to type
What did you
messages, and to.
did you use the tip
write-
or did you use the nail?
Oh, I wouldn't be able to tell you off the cuff. I've been playing piano and stuff my whole life, so it comes pretty easily to me even when I have things on my fingers. I don't know, your worldview seems to be one, I don't want to be too cruel off the cuff, but it seems a little paranoid. Like, to me, while I do agree that there is a certain pressure for women to wear high heels, I think also that a lot of women and men, for that matter, less men, admittedly, and lots of non-binary people wear high heels simply because they find it personally beautifying, not
Right.
simply for men.
Okay,
same
then
thing goes for
that's the
nails.
topic. Then
Yeah.
that'll be the topic. I think that personal beautifying thing is basically 95% a lie.
That's weird.
That when you personally beautify yourself, it's for the approval of others, the approval of yourself. There's nothing. So
How do you know that?
I
How
used
do you know that?
I used to be a femboy. I used to put a lot of work into my appearance. I did a lot of these things, a lot of the things that I'm
stop?
criticizing. And so I as a male, without taking hormones or anything, shaving my legs, I would they grows very thick and very fast. I would shave my legs probably 3 times a week, 2 or 3 times a week.
That's a lot of work. That's a lot
Yeah,
of work.
it is a
my
lot of
friend.
work, and I hated it. And the most gratifying thing, the thing that gave me the the best sense of ease and comfort with myself was abandoning that need for me to need to shave my legs to feel like I look good. And now I don't care, and I feel like I look good no matter if I shave or don't shave. I just feel confident and happy with myself. And the more layers you put on top of that in order to feel good and confident about yourself, like now I need to wear high heels, I need to spend an hour on my hair, I need to spend an hour doing my clothes, I need to spend an hour on my makeup, I need to have these long nails that make it hard for me to wash dishes or pick up the garbage.
Hold on a second. You're starting to lose me though, because see, I think it's a good thing, and in fact, I can even bond with you on this because I used to every single stream. I used to do a lot. I used to do full makeup when I first started streaming, and then I realized that there was that I had begun to feel a pressure. And at first, it was very much because I wanted to feel confident in my appearance, and whatever. And I quite liked it, and I do still frequently wear makeup on stream. But I made a rule for myself early on in stream that I would only wear makeup when I felt like it, when I wanted to do it. That I would be conscious of the pressures in the process, and as a result, I've come to peace with when I want to wear makeup and when I don't. And I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing when people do something like you mentioned about shaving your body. Like shaving your body hair is a lot of work, and if it's not, if it becomes a habit of pressure, that's not a good thing. But I would be hesitant to universalize that out to, first of all habits, and also to all people. Because I think that there's a balance to be struck between feeling pressured by a certain habit and a habit that is beneficial to you. And I think this is true for all things, by the way, if you want to take it to extremes. There are some habits that are, I would say, are largely beneficial to ourselves, things like brushing our teeth, that can become like aggressively oppressive. Like imagine if you had somebody, like a parent that like struck you whenever you didn't brush your teeth because you were sleepy or something, like you forgot. Like that would be cruel, but these things exist on a spectrum, right? You can't just write them all off because there are circumstances in which they become oppressive, right?
Right. All these things, for every woman out there, you'll know, and there's things that I've done in my life that are the same. Of course, as I just described, but every woman will know this. Doing your makeup and being good at makeup as a woman is going to make your life better. People are going to treat you better. You're going to be treated better at your job. You're a streamer. More people will watch. You're going to get more sexual access. But for all women, it's bad for every time you put on your makeup, you're hurting all women. You're making this standard.
See, you're making a jump there.
No, I'm not.
No, I think that's way. I
Why?
think it goes way too far.
Why is it a jump?
Because I don't think you can demonstrate that harm.
Yes, I can.
Okay,
I was doing that, and just you cut me off when I was demonstrating it.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
So when you put on your makeup, it benefits you greatly in your life, in your immediate life. And women that don't put on makeup are going to be greatly held back compared to the women that do wear makeup. So now we've created a standard where women that don't wear makeup are not going to have the same opportunities or the same treatment as women that do wear makeup. And so for every woman that wears makeup, you're forcing this, even though it greatly benefits you, you're forcing this standard on all of women. And this is feminism one-on-one. We're just having a feminism one-on-one argument here.
No. I don't think we are having a feminism one-on-one argument because I think I think what you're doing is you're misidentifying the source of the pressure. The pressure to wear makeup, I mean, and by the way, this is in your words. You said that it was for men. The pressure is coming from men then.
Or other women.
Men who are, but you can't.
Other women too.
You said before it was from men that
other
high
women
heels
too.
were done for. Okay, fine. You want to modify
approval
that to
of others.
Sure, but I think that you could say that about just about everything, including wearing clothes and all kinds of other things. But yes. I don't think that you can demonstrate a harm in simply saying I am going to wear makeup today for whatever reason, even if it is because you feel like it will give you some sort of leg up or whatever. I don't.
It gives you a great benefit, and you get great personal benefit in your day, in your life. But you're creating the harm is not to you. The harm is in creating a standard where now all women are expected to wear makeup. Makeup's going to make your life better, so all women are going to do it, and any women that doesn't is going to be greatly held back.
No, I don't agree with that. Because see,
Why?
you keep making this jump where
It's
you
not a
say
jump.
that
You're not engaging with it.
No, I'm trying to engage
Okay,
with it. Like,
I'll shut
what we're
up.
saying is that because each individual, if an individual chooses to engage with a structure that has problematic elements. So to isolate things down, we'll just stick with makeup for now. Makeup wearing as an act in our society that has social connotations has problematic elements. The whole thing isn't problematic. There's nothing inherently problematic with wearing makeup. That would be, I mean, I assume that you don't think that. I don't think that. I think it's absurd
I think so.
to say that there's something. Okay, so, wait, you do
You're-
think there's something
Yeah,
intrinsically bad with makeup?
you're.
Why are you wearing
So
glasses
if you
right
feel if you feel more because of my vision, but if you feel
now? Okay, what's the problem
beautiful,
with that then?
utility.
Okay, but makeup is also a utility.
No, it's not.
If you put it on your face, it absolutely is. How can you
What?
not say it's a utility?
To look a certain way, so people treat you a certain way.
You are changing your natural state so that
Yes.
you can see better, so that you can fit in with society better, so that you can live your life more easily. Some people put on makeup to change their natural state so they can feel better
Look
about
different.
themselves, fit in better.
I think
et cetera. It doesn't
trying to
matter.
make yourself cosmetically look different is dishonest, and you're doing yourself a disservice because you should feel beautiful for who you are, and you should be treated as beautiful for who you are.
But that
and
would
so-
apply to really. That
And
would
so
apply to
if all
literally
women
anything
stopped wearing
you do at any
makeup,
time.
if all women stopped shaving their legs, women wouldn't have to shave their legs anymore. If all women stopped wearing makeup,
Oh, wait, but what if they wanted to? What if a woman
because it'll
wanted
help
to
them. Yeah, sure. I understand it because it'll be a
no,
benefit
for any
to them.
reason, like no, but not just because it'll be a benefit to them. Like there's multiple reasons to shave your legs that are not just visual. For example, it's really fucking annoying to have staticky legs. Some people shave their legs because it makes the static go away from their clothing and their blankets and everything. I've done that. I've done that many times in my life. Have I shaved a part of my body because I was getting annoyed with the feeling of the hairs? That's like, I don't know. This just seems like it seems like you're identifying that there is an issue where there's a sort of top-down pressure. What I mean by that is that there are these continually reinforced norms. Men predominantly in powerful positions because of, if we're going feminism 101, because of the existence of patriarchy, which, given that you cited feminism 101, I assume you believe in. Patriarchy exists. Patriarchy exerts pressure for all types of people, but specifically for women, to be sexually accepting or to be sexually gratifying. And then those people who adhere to that norm are granted some levels of benefit, and those who don't are given some sort of negative to their
Lack of benefit. But lack of
Yeah,
benefit,
whatever.
lack of benefit in face of the norm. So if everybody's getting the benefit, then it's really that if everybody's getting the benefit, it's actually that nobody's getting the benefit, and only the people who don't do it are just getting a negative. If 90% of people are 90% of women are shaving their legs, then it's almost as if all women have just naked legs, and the women who don't shave their legs are freaks.
I mean, yes, I would agree
Yes,
that that's how norms
that's what I
work,
just
but
said.
to a certain degree, though, because of course that's how setting of norms works, but that does not mean that people who shave their legs are by that
Contributing.
action alone
Contributing.
Though, because contributing to a norm is
Right.
You have to be careful not to naturalize it, because the norm isn't it's a false naturalization. Somebody should have the right to be able to shave their legs
Sure.
and live however comfortably.
They
That
have the
doesn't
right.
demonize the act of shaving your legs.
They have the right.
But not just the right, but there is no moral wrong in the act of shaving your legs.
I think there is.
Does that make sense?
I think
Well,
there is. I think there is, but I think you can be immoral sometimes. It's okay to be immoral sometimes, but I think that it doesn't change the fact, like, sometimes I still shave my legs. Sometimes, like, once in a while, and I do it for, like, to impress a woman or something. Sometimes I know that'll get someone going, but it's a disservice.
Reinforcing the norm. Don't you feel like you're like sort of you're
Yes.
almost like forcing people to further participate in a norm, and also just creating a mirror image of the norm by saying that
Not necessarily as a
shaves
man,
their
but
legs.
yes.
Okay.
I'm putting.
I
I'm
don't
doing.
understand what your point is and how it benefits, and like how your position helps you answer questions about the world or helps you give a meaningful. Because to me, like
Okay.
makeup is like an intrinsic. There's nothing intrinsically wrong with makeup. The problem is the way that our society stigmatizes it. Right?
No, it's no, because so if you need makeup for people to find you interesting to talk to, or be appealing or attractive, and without makeup you're repulsive, well then
Well, no,
makeup.
but that's an extreme. You've jumped to an extreme. We are talking about the act of makeup at all. I like makeup for various reasons. Sometimes I love costume makeup, which is not at all
Right.
about making me more appealing in any, or I should not say not traditionally appealing. For example, once I
Costume
painted my
makeup
whole
is
face
different,
red
completely
like,
different, completely different thing. Costume makeup. I just want to say that real quick.
but it's not though.
Yes,
It's
it
the
is.
same
No,
tool
because
used-
makeup,
tool.
you're lying about your face. You're saying you're trying to make yourself look like you're naturally beautiful when you wear makeup. When you wear costume makeup, you're not lying about anything. You're putting on you're making art.
What's to say that somebody's makeup in their day-to-day life is not the same?
They can be artful, but that doesn't
like,
mean that they're not lying. They're
like
being
very
artful about their
arbitrary
deception.
Who's to say? How do you know? How do you determine it's a deception? See, this is
'Cause
so
it looks
strange
like it's
because I
not
feel like
makeup.
well, wait, hold on. I feel like you're projecting your own. I don't know if I would call it an insecurity or a sensitivity. Maybe a sensitivity is a better word. I don't want to be like, I don't want to insult you or seem
can
like I'm
insult me.
insulting.
Just insult me if you want to insult me. Just go to do it.
Can
I'm not deliberately trying not to insult you because I'm trying to put this in a way that makes the most.
Very quickly, Smith. I know you were nominated to debate Demon Mama. Do you mind if I engage in this conversation?
Go ahead.
Or would you prefer to just be with Demon Mama?
I don't
It's
mind.
up to you.
I don't
You
mind.
don't mind? Okay. Just the immediate thing that comes to mind as I'm listening to what you guys are talking about. People wear makeup for people they are familiar with. It doesn't just have a deceptive function. It can. Sometimes people do wear makeup, for example, to obscure like aspects about their face that they want to sort of sell themselves as looking as somewhat different than they are. But that's not always the case. Makeup can be a part of like formal dress wear, for instance, or it can just be like a part of freshening up. And the problem here, in addition, is that
or
for us,
or
ritual, or et cetera, but even just for like regular use, what you have to sustain in order to say that makeup is categorically an act of deception is that it is obscure to the people around someone wearing makeup that they are wearing makeup. But that's generally not true, with the exception, say, of putting on like something to like disguise blemishes or whatnot. But I don't hear any complaint about that specifically.
That's part of. That's basically that's called foundation for a reason, because it's the foundation of your makeup. Some women don't use it, but you're still when you're doing costume makeup, it's not what I'm talking about, like these big wings and shit. But most makeup, like everyday makeup, you're just trying to make yourself look like you are younger. You're making yourself look like you're more full of life. You're less tired. But really, maybe you should. If you are tired,
those are projected. But those are projected. See what I'm saying? You're projecting those.
Projecting?
Assumptions.
I'm giving
You're
examples.
saying that's the purpose. No, you're projecting the examples. You don't know the reason why.
Those are the reasons. Those are the reasons you wear makeup.
You can't know that.
Yes, I do.
You can't know that.
You cover up. Okay, listen. You cover up the bags under your eyes. You make your lashes look more thick and like you have more life. You got healthier hair. You make your skin look like it's more pink because you got more blood in it. You make your lips.
You
look
shave
like
up here, but not down here or here. You wear clothing. You're not wearing skin tight suits so everybody can see every rib, every fold.
I think that you're boiling every act down to a remarkably simple assumption for what the purpose is. I have never once thought about when I'm
engage with the projection thing, so we cannot. I've already beaten on you on this. So I need to prove it and hammer it in that it wasn't projection. I'm accurately describing how putting blush on makes your skin look more like it's alive. I'm accurately describing how making
Jordan Peterson saying that, oh, it's because in history
But that's
monkeys would
not-
turn red when they were ready to have sex.
It's not engaging with me.
I've never met. No, I am engaging with you. Stop. You said I could insult you, and now you're getting all fucking in hackles when I try to. And you come on.
I'm just saying it's not engaging with me. You can insult me.
I am engaging with you. When you say that it's that people do it for this reason, you are like making a almost as if you are reading their minds, but you don't know the reasons why any person does the thing.
Okay, I have a degree in painting. I have a degree in painting, so I understand color. So I understand color, and I understand when you put mascara in your eyelashes, you're making your hair look healthier. That's the function. When you put blush on your skin, you make it look like there's more blood in your skin.
That's what you have decided the function is. Let me tell you from personal experience, 100% honest, I have never once thought when putting on mascara on my eyelashes, I have never once thought, this is making my eyelashes look more youthful. What I have thought is, wow, I actually quite like the fact that this darkens the area around my eyes, makes my eyes look maybe a little bit more striking on the camera, which is lost because of the way that lighting works. I've never once thought about...
Wait a minute, Demon Mama. Were you lying to me this entire time?
Yes, I've been lying to you because I have lighting on in my studio, which means that it is a deception by default. This is a ridiculous, in my opinion, it requires you to assume that you know the personal motivation of every single person.
Okay.
And you're substituting color theory.
I'll stop interrupting you.
You're substituting color theory for or something. I don't know, an invocation of color theory for something akin to understanding why people make the decisions that they do. I would be willing to say that
I never said anything about why. Because you clearly don't do that for that reason. I'm telling you, that's the function of the makeup. Even if you don't know why, that's what it does. That's why it makes you more beautiful. It's because it makes you look younger. It makes you look more healthy. It makes you look like you have clearer skin. It makes it look like you...
Hold on, wait. If that's true, then why does costume makeup work?
Because costume makeup is not what I'm talking about, and I've already said that.
But you're cheating, though. You're cheating because you're saying that in this case, it doesn't work anymore. But it's still makeup, and it's still changing your appearance.
Costume makeup is not deception because it's clearly like a giant fucking wing. You're not trying to make it. People don't look at when you have a giant fucking wing and think that's your natural eye. But when you if you have makeup on right now, I think you look. This looks like you're just your face to me. If you have makeup on, so you could have fooled me.
I have no makeup on right now. I'm wearing no makeup.
Okay, then.
So then you're the one. You're deceiving yourself. You're the fool.
I said if you have makeup on.
This is a you problem.
No, it's not. I said if. I said if. I said if. I said if you have. I said if. I said if you have makeup on, I can't tell.
And we take this back to the. Hang on, Demon Mama. Can we take this back to the wing for a second? So if you've got giant. What's that? Natalie Portman movie called The Black Swan. If you got those giant wings on, right? Yeah, sure, you can tell in the abstract that's not the person's eye shape, but the effect is still the same. You don't think, for example, that they have the opposite eye shape from that. You still are attracted in the same way or whatever. That's still affecting your perception of the person, yet that is purely costume. I'm just not entirely certain I follow, because you're really, really pinpointing makeup in particular, but the same argument could be made with respect to every single article of clothing. In fact, even the concept of clothing by itself.
No. Like shoulder pads. Wearing shoulder pads is a deceptive. You're making it look like your shoulders are different. This costume makeup has the same quality of obscuring what your actual eyes look like. But it's clear that it is deception. So when you see Natalie Portman in Black Swan, you don't think that's what her eyes look like, but you also don't know what her eyes do look like. But it's honest because we know that it is a mask. When you're doing the natural look, you don't know it's a mask. I can change the topic to something you're going to agree with me on, because you're not going to agree with makeup because you're pro makeup. But we can talk about toxic masculinity. We could talk about how men conceal their emotions. It's
So
an
wait,
active. It's an act of
dropping the
deception.
topic now?
If I'm what?
An act of. I feel like you play very fast and loose with the definition of an act of deception. I feel like you play very fast and loose with that. Like, and I'm not trying to armchair psychologize here, but it feels like there's like a paranoia for you around deception, when I don't think that most of these things are acts of deception or could be categorized as such. Because what are you deceiving from? Like,
Okay, so with
makeup,
toxic masculinity,
natural
Yes.
makeup is
Yes,
like
so you-
tricking you or
but what
something?
what I told you already, natural makeup.
What-
You're trying to
what
make
end?
it look.
What are you being tricked from? Are you entitled
You're trying to make
knowing
you're trying to make
the
yourself more
natural
look.
appearance of everyone?
You're trying to make
Do you
yourself
think?
look.
Good question, real quick. Along your own logic, along your own lines of logic, do you think that wearing clothes is an act of deception?
No, I think natural makeup. You're trying to.
Why?
I think natural makeup. You're trying to make yourself look more young and healthy. I think with toxic masculinity in particular, I was going to talk about men concealing their emotions. You're deceiving people by fooling them into thinking that you don't have this turmoil or you don't have some sadness or something. You try to be more stoic, and people think that you're under control and stoic, but really on the inside you have turmoil. And we agree that this is a problem for men, and this is an issue. Maybe it's actually very beneficial for a man to do this. It's going to improve your life. If you're stoic,
sure.
you're going to be
Smack
treated
very-
better.
Okay. Look. That's very. Hang on, just one second. I want to jump in on this. That's very cool and everything. But here's my question to you though, because you just dismissed the clothing point. But when
Because
you
I wanted
go
to talk.
I understand, but this is actually it actually directly corresponds. And I want to know exactly why you disagree. When you buy clothing at the store, do you specifically pick out clothes that make as apparent as possible what you would consider to be your least attractive features, or do you pick things that are flattering to you?
Much like the makeup of a Black Swan, Natalie Portman in Black Swan, wearing a baggy shirt is you're concealing what the makeup conceals what her eyes look like. A baggy shirt conceals what your chest looks like. But we know that the baggy shirt is not what your chest looks like. We just know that we can't see your chest. So if you wear, so
we know that a person's
example,
makeup doesn't look like that in the
so
same way.
the example
though.
that I gave that completely bolsters my point is shoulder pads, because it's not just a baggy shirt that you don't know what the person's torso looks like. It actually makes it confusing because it looks like they have broader shoulders than they actually do.
But there are tells
Excuse
on
me?
makeup that tell that the person is wearing makeup. Like
But
you
again,
can
all
tell.
of this seems to be
No, you
coming
can't.
from a position whereby you seem to believe that you are entitled to something that
No.
you call truth.
No, you're
Well,
actually
you
lying
do,
right now.
yes,
You're lying right now,
I'm
and
not-
you're
I'm not
putting
lying.
words in
You
my
argued
mouth.
it was immoral. You argued it
Yes,
was immoral.
not because I'm entitled.
Then you do. Well,
It's immoral.
from
If
your
you want,
moral
okay, I'll repeat my argument so you can actually try to listen this time. It's immoral.
Oh, I'm listening real close.
Okay.
Have you considered?
Well, you're
taking
not
this
because
up
you
with
just
the council?
interrupted me, so you're actually a pretty
What's this
shitty
called?
listener. Okay,
Wow.
it's immoral because
You
when
gonna
you
cry
put on
about
your
it a
make,
little more?
it's immoral because when
Cry
you
about
put,
it a little more?
it's
This is
immoral
a bloodbath. Don't look at me.
because when you put on makeup and it improves your life, it makes your life better, makes people treat you better. It's good for you, but for all women to have that expectation and that standard, it hurts all women because now they have to wear makeup. And it means that women that don't wear makeup and that their actual faces are less attractive to us because we expect them to wear makeup. And the same can be said for toxic masculinity and men concealing their emotions. It's beneficial for a man to conceal your emotions and be stoic. You're going to be treated better. You're going to get a better position in your job. You're going to move forward in life better. You're going to have better treatment every day. But it sucks. It creates a standard for men where now all men are hurt because we have this standard. And so maybe men should stop doing that and be more emotionally vulnerable for the sake of all men. Because it would uplift us all.
However, encouraging men to be more honest with their emotions does not mean you're making a jump. You're doing the same thing you were doing before. You're making a jump to saying that any instance of a man concealing his emotions is immoral. But that's absurd, of course, because there were times when it's very important sometimes to conceal your emotions. Like, for example, if you stub your toe and you're incredibly mad about that fact, but you're about to walk into the birth of your child, it might be in that particular situation morally better for you to say, I'm so mad about the toe. However, there are other things going on here that are more important to myself and the people around me. So I'm going to calm myself and I'm going to move forward separately. Every instance of something happening does not become immoral just because the general is not a good state of affairs. Likewise goes for makeup. Sure, we can acknowledge that in society there is a pressure for women to wear makeup, and we can actually try to ascertain where that comes from. But that existing does not mean that every woman who ever wears makeup for any reason can just be condemned as an immoral act. And I think that's an incredibly unhelpful frame, because it ends up, like I said, producing just an opposite society where you are now condemning people for freely exercising their desire to change their appearance, which
It's not
I don't think there's
condemnable.
anything wrong with.
It's not condemnable. But if you
You
want to be
literally
moral and
said
if you want to
it's immoral.
uplift
That is-
women, you're gonna have to stop.
That is
And
no,
so,
you don't-
like the stubbing the
please-
toe is incredibly
please
bad
don't be
faith.
stupid. Please don't be
The
stupid.
stubbing the
You said it was immoral. That is a condemnation
Yes.
by definition.
no, it's not.
Thank you.
Because I
What?
also said another thing. If you remember, you said you're a good listener, and this is a
Oh,
condemnation because
speaking
you
of
lied.
which, just very quickly, Demon Mama.
Yes,
Your mic
come on.
quality seems to hang on. Your mic quality seems to have declined slightly. I wonder if you switched devices or if you're like distant from your mic.
I didn't switch devices, but what may have happened is that I might need to reconnect to the call real quick. So let me disconnect and reconnect.
Sure.
Is it better? Is that better?
It's so far. I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah. If it drops at all, just let me know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was probably just Discord has this issue where if you remain on a call for too long over time, it I don't know if it's a memory leak or what. But anyway, where were we? We were talking about how your condemnation.
So if you
by
stub your toe,
control is not
okay, so it's not a condemnation because another thing that you seem to have forgotten because you said you're a good listener. The thing that as I said, it's okay. It's
times now.
It's not a joke. It's I'm not joking. I
It
said that
sucks
it's
whenever
okay
it's
to
so.
be immoral. It's okay to be immoral sometimes, and this is in particular the kind of way it's going to be good
Why
for
would
you to
call
wear
it
makeup.
immoral?
It's good for you to wear makeup. It's going to be good for your life, but it's bad for all women, and it's good for men to
Doesn't
conceal
it
your
just seem like
emotions.
a problem with your
And it's-
worldview?
and the
Wouldn't
stubbing the
wouldn't it be
toe-
better?
The stubbing the toe, no, it's not. The stubbing, it's actually bad for your worldview if you think that everything immoral is something you can never do, and you have to be completely
Why
moral
would you
all the time.
wait? Hold on. Just a quick question before we go any further, because this will make the conversation a lot more possible. What does it mean to be immoral to you? Because when I hear the word immoral, I think immoral means a bad action, a thing that is bad to do. It is immoral. It is against morality.
Yes,
What do you think it means?
I think what you just said.
Okay,
And
then.
we do these things all the time. And I think if you believe that you have to do everything you do is moral, we're wearing clothes from fucking sweatshops right now. And if you think that
Aren't
everything
you,
you have to do is it has to be moral, then you're gonna be a wreck.
Well, that would be an argument for us, in fact, being moral hypocrites. But my question here's
Yes.
where it perplexes me a little bit. We have the notion of morality specifically because it's not really the center of gravity for people to do what is most advantageous to them at every single time, or for people to do what is against what is advantageous to them every single time, just for the sake of altruism or whatever. We have to have like other things that pull us, or other measures by which to judge alternative decisions, so that we aren't just constantly going, I could not be exploiting child labor to get my clothes on the cheap, but it's cheaper for me to do so, so why wouldn't I? Well, here's a question for you. Why would you ever do the moral thing? And if not, if
Right.
there is no reason to do the moral thing, then where on earth is the force in saying that this is bad for all women, even assuming that you've been 100%
Why
correct
would you
to this
even
point?
bother calling
it's the
using
same-
morality as a structure?
It's the same level of a decision of the sweatshop thing. So I'm advocating for something on the same level of being more conscientious of what clothes you pick because of the sweatshops. And it's like, and so say you're poor or just
No,
you're
you're
struggling,
not.
or you really, really like those pair of pants. Well, once in a while, just fucking do the immoral thing. But overall, it's good to have an awareness of how our actions affect the world around us. So
But
being
for what?
aware,
You live for you live for
so
100
being
years
aware,
ago.
of, being aware of the fact that sweatshops exist is good, and I think that you should make people aware of it.
Okay, I don't disagree with you, but I also don't think that buying a piece of clothing that is generated from a sweatshop is an immoral act. I don't judge that on a moral standing because I don't think that type of action is something that warrants significant moral interrogation. Because you have your choices are incredibly limited. Everyone is bound up in the system that we exist in. So I don't judge consumerist decisions like that to be strictly a moral analysis. And
What
I
if
find
you're
it
like a
weird.
billionaire? What if you're a billionaire and you could pick any clothes, but you choose the ones from the sweatshop? Then that's immoral.
If you're a billionaire, your existence is immoral. That's the difference. The act
That's
of being
dismissal.
a billionaire, the act of
That's
not
dismissal of the
dismissal.
point I was saying, though.
not really at all. If you were
Okay,
sitting,
you're not
I
a
think there's
billionaire.
a greater crime.
You're not a billionaire. You're perfect. You have a perfect amount of wealth, and you can afford whatever clothes you want. Picking the
This is
sweatshop
kind of
clothes is
some of the
immoral.
vegan argument, actually.
Okay, no, it's not because I'm like, sure, I agree that the vegans are right about the eating meat is immoral, but I still eat meat. But I know it's immoral.
So
So that means even if the vegans are wrong, by the way, that's immoral because you're violating your own moral code.
right.
No,
That's
I said
all-
it's
all it
okay.
means is you're
it's
immoral.
It's okay.
Firstly,
It's okay to be
announcing the
immoral.
world that you're a hypocrite.
If you believe that everything you do has to be moral, and you have to be like a monk,
Yeah, but if you
and
don't
then
agree
you're
with
gonna
that,
then
you've
you're
lost
going
the
to create
concept
then
of
you're
morality.
then you're gonna
You've lost the
no
concept of morality.
wrong
Yes, exactly.
wrong.
I
No,
think
no,
that
if you
I
do
think
if
that
you
when
do that,
when you were talking about something of morality, when you get to the level of
let me
you're talking
fucking
about
say
something-
something. If you do that, if you think that you have to be moral in every single thing in your day, so like what you guys are saying, so I have to be completely morally consistent. It means you're going to make these fucking acrobatic leaps in your mind just to believe everything you do is moral. You have to be willing to admit that the things you do every day are a little bit immoral, and you have to pick and choose which battles you want to fight. And battle I want to fight is I think men are that are. The stubbing the toe thing is total bullshit. Yeah, of course, yeah, you don't want to fucking be an emotional wreck all the time. But when you're concealing emotions that are important to you, like all men do, and we shouldn't throw ourselves under the bus like that. It is going to be beneficial to you, but it's going to hurt all men because we're putting this standard on ourselves. The same thing with women wearing makeup. And I've had girlfriends that would not be wearing makeup in the morning, but I still would see them with makeup. I would still see them with makeup all the time, and that's just what they looked like to me. When I think about what they look like, I don't think about what they looked like without makeup. Isn't that kind of a problem?
It sounds like a you problem.
It sounds like a them problem.
I think it's no. It sounds like a you problem. Seriously,
Sounds like a them
it
problem.
genuinely sounds like a you problem.
That
What-
they always
why?
wore makeup,
Why?
and everybody
Who
sees
cares?
them
Then
as
find
the
a new
face with the
girlfriend.
makeup.
What the fuck's your problem, weirdo?
No. What are you?
just
You're
sound
not
like a
engaging
weird
with.
entitled
You're just
incel.
insulting. You're insulting me,
I'm
but you're not
engaging
engaging with.
directly.
No, you're not. You're just insulting me. I'm saying it's a
What
her
are you
problem.
talking about, dude?
You did say she could insult you.
Yeah, but you're not engaging. You can insult me, but you can engage with me. Okay, stop insulting me.
I'm
No more insulting
engaging
me.
with you.
Okay, no more insulting me because when you do it, you become a shitty arguer. So you don't insult me anymore.
You say so.
When you
I
when
mean,
it's
I
a her
think that-
problem.
I think
It's a
that-
her.
wait,
I
hold
want
on.
to. I want to
You-
say what I
you
had to say. It's a
Sunday,
her
he
problem.
had a huge. He
It's
yelled at
a-
me to shut
it-
the hell up before. Now it's my turn, right? I sat silent while he went on his big incel rant about how he's mad at his ex-girlfriends because they work.
Wrong. No. I'm not going to stand for this. Sunday, do not let her spout this bullshit about me. Like just make up shit on the spot. It's a her problem.
That's what it's. That's my interpretation.
Yeah, you tell her, Smith.
It's
Yeah,
a her
sorry,
problem.
you're-
It is.
you're-
It
it
is.
sounds
A,
like you
it
have a
is a.
problem.
It is a. It is a.
All right.
It is a. It is a her
It is
problem.
not. It is
Because
not.
when people
No. Now
when she
now
wears
it becomes.
when she wears makeup 24/7 and everybody
here's what we're
sees
gonna
her
do.
face as the makeup, then nobody's actually seeing
Yes,
her
we
face.
we understand the point. Here's what we're
Right.
gonna do. Smith, you're gonna go first. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes.
I just finished. She can go.
Yeah, it's my turn. I
Yeah.
didn't even get to respond to that, Sunday. Mr. President.
I'm trying to let you earn your beat so you can go in for the kill. I'm being horribly biased in your favor,
I've
Demon
already
Mama.
earned it. I've already earned it.
I know, but live a little. 2 minutes, Demon Mama.
All right. What it sounds like to me is like you bear some sort of resentment for your ex for how frequently they wore makeup.
No.
And I don't.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
I'm going to say no if you do that. If you just project these, I'm going to say no.
I have a mute button. 2 minutes. Behave.
So,
Don't let her insult me then.
No, you once given, the insult license cannot be revoked. Continue, Demon Mama.
True, dude.
Okay, I'm gonna start.
All right, here we go. All right, and we get to see. You gonna be able to behave? All right. So
2 minutes, go.
What it seems like to me, from what I can tell, there's something that bothered you about how frequently your ex wore makeup, and you, in your mind, didn't see her face without makeup, as if that alone is a problem. If you don't like that, I recommend finding somebody who personally doesn't want to make that much makeup and not trying to make it into something larger than that. I acknowledge that there are, of course, many pressures that exist in this world. However, if we're going to talk about how this ties back to what you were talking about, morality, at least from my perspective, when I rule something as something that is immoral, that is something that you do not want to violate at any time. You want to avoid violating that at all costs because it's immoral. You're putting it up to that standard. I don't put minor consumer decisions on the level of moral. I don't put being born into a society on a matter of morality. And I feel like if you have a structure by which you say, well, it's okay to bend your morals sometime, you've just invalidated the value of your own moral system. And I would argue, get a better moral system. If people have to, as a part of their daily life, violate morals to even survive or to have any semblance of a workable existence, then I don't think you've managed to capture a particularly good moral system. And additionally, I think it's possible to acknowledge that there are flaws in the long line of production to a product or to a act even that are immoral in and of themselves, but that the use of that thing is not in and of itself an immoral act. For example, my entire room is full of products. Every single person involved in here, every single person who's watching this right now currently is on a product one way or another that was from somewhere was produced from some level of exploitation. We have no way to extricate ourselves from that. So making the choice to use that tool a moral axiom, or not a moral axiom, but a moral point, does not serve us any value. It means that moral doesn't enlighten us to anything. It doesn't instruct us to anything, because you couldn't be alive if you don't plug into this in some way, and you didn't have a choice to plug into it in the first place. What matters as a moral system are things that help us move closer to what we value as a moral goal. There you go.
All right. We disagree on our philosophy of morals. So we just fundamentally disagree. I think that we should be able to acknowledge that most things we do are moral, and we should pick and choose which battles we want to fight, which ways we want to improve the world around us, and which ways we don't. And we can't fight every single battle, and that's why vegans care about that, because that's the battle they've chosen to pick, and I think it's a fruitless battle. But we said earlier that I have a problem with my ex-girlfriend wearing makeup. No, I thought she was beautiful, and the person that I saw was the one that wore the makeup. It's her problem that people think she's beautiful because of the makeup, and it's her problem that when people think of her face, they think of the makeup, and it's her problem that every morning, if she wants to be that person that people see her as, she has to spend an hour doing makeup. It's her problem, and it's all of women's problem, and doing that every day causes a problem to exist for more women. The same as it causes men to have to conceal their emotions when it's important to them, and they do it because it benefits them, and the people see them as that stoic person, but maybe they shouldn't be that stoic person, and it would uplift all men, and it would change the standard and the expectations for men to a much healthier, more realistic, more honest place that's not deceptive. Because deceiving people about your emotions as a way to go ahead in life, and setting that as a standard for, and doing that because it's a standard for all men, is going to, just being part of that hurts men. And the way it's not like you're doing a great harm in participating in that, but the act of not participating in that is a great good.
You got 20 seconds left. You want to do anything else, or?
Nope.
All right. Well, Demon Mama, response.
I don't even know. I don't even know how to respond to that. I guess if you don't think that there is a difference between something being bad, and something being or something being good but not doing that thing, like if that automatically makes you bad. Like for example, if you are currently in your current moment, there is. I use this one against vegans all the time, but whatever, it applies here. If you in your current moment believe that it is a good thing to go give to poor people, to people who are more in need than you, you're not doing that right now. There are actually an infinite number of morally good things you could be doing right now. By your current framework, not doing those things is a moral bad. I don't believe that. I don't believe that not doing a good thing makes you automatically take the bad position. But you do seem to believe that. You seem to believe that it is only you can only be morally good when you choose to buck explicitly the trend. But I don't necessarily think that's true. I do believe that it would be a good thing if men were more open with their emotions, and I do believe it would be a great thing if we could lower the pressure that people feel, or completely remove the pressure that people feel to apply makeup. But I just don't think that somebody enjoying makeup or somebody choosing to put on makeup is an immoral act, and I think that's a very strange thing to do. And I also think that it's very weird to then tie in, like your inability to remember your ex-girlfriend's face without makeup, into any of it, which to
Uh,
me, again, that just sounds like a you problem.
so it sounds like you're done. Smith,
It's a,
you're going to get 2 minutes to reply as well. I
it's a her
also do,
problem.
once you're done, very quickly, I do want to know what happened to the original question. You were going to ask Stephen Mobbit to argue something from the perspective of conservative.
But
But
that was
2 minutes.
Smith. That
Was it not
somebody else.
Smith? Oh, I
No,
thought sure it
that was I think the radical
Oh,
left.
you're right. I'm so sorry. All right, 2 minutes response. Sorry.
Um, yeah, it's a her problem. And I do remember what her face looks like without makeup, but when I think of her, I think of the person with the makeup, because I only would ever see her for 5 minutes in the morning before she would do makeup. And yeah, that's
Did you
a her
break up
problem.
with her, or did she break up with you?
I broke up with her. So she,
Because of the makeup?
no. It's because she sucked. I don't remember. Oh, you said that my position is that not doing something good is immoral. That's not my position. There's a million moral things, like you said, that we can be doing at any time that would be very good, and we're not doing we can't do all those things. It's actively participating in something to your personal benefit that also causes a disservice to everyone else. That is not a great immoral act, but the participation is immoral. It's not like you're killing someone. It's just you're benefiting yourself at the expense of others. And that is immoral. I think that to say that's not immoral is you're doing those mental gymnastics again, and you have to be a hypocrite.
But at the same time, though, currently you are wearing glasses which cost labor, which was exploitative, undeniably, for your own personal benefit,
right?
and that's an immoral act. You could fix that by just
I
taking
don't
your
know.
goddamn glasses
I don't
off
know
right
how
now.
it hurt. I don't know how it hurt anybody, but you could say that.
Well,
and
Are you sure you're ready? I don't. Maybe you're not ready to
Can I
interrogate how.
can I jump in? Picture this
sure.
though. Your glasses are a peculiar shape. They don't have to be that shape. You picked glasses that frame your face in a flattering way, or that you think is a flattering way.
it's actually easier to make round lenses.
You're a lens
Oh, is
grinder
that
too.
true?
Talented man.
Because all glasses are a sub. So if they're not round, you have to work harder to a round lens is like your eyeball is round because you're
Okay, here's okay. I didn't realize you were actually in the glasses making business, and this was an economic decision that you had to face.
No,
But when I
it's
bought
not.
my glasses, I didn't
It's
have
not.
a
He's
round
bullshitting
lens
you right now.
tax. I know.
it's not
bullshit.
it's just
He's
But that
deceiving
didn't-
you right now.
That didn't
Mr.
factor into
Sunday.
your. The point is that did not factor into your decision.
No, it didn't.
Okay, so we can't rely on economy to say that. Well, I look. It's not my fault, man. I had to get the round glasses. You picked those because they look good on you.
Look, you guys.
You're also wearing
you
a
guys,
hat and a shirt,
right.
and your room is all dressed up, all nice. You got paintings on the wall. Well, paintings
painted them.
cost somebody's labor. You painted all those?
Yes, I did.
That's impressive, actually. All right.
Well,
Exploiting
not
his
a-
own
I'm not a
labor,
rich-
that bastard.
But I mean, they have chemicals in them and shit. But the thing is, you guys telling
Yes,
me
we
the
do.
things that I do that are immoral doesn't. I admit I am immoral. You are immoral. By my standards, we're all immoral. We have to pick and choose
Okay,
our
but do you
battles.
see how that's like that becomes like it doesn't that just make you kind of go like okay, so it really diminishes the value of
It
your
doesn't
moral
for me.
statements if everybody's immoral and everything we
No,
do is immoral,
because
doesn't that just make you go,
it's not a black and white
okay, the
thing. It's
world
not
sucks then.
for me. It's not a black and white thing of you flick on a switch and suddenly it's not immoral and now it's moral. It's it's like a there it can be a little bit
Sounds very
immoral.
Christian.
It can be a little bit immoral, and then it can be a lot immoral. So like killing someone be a lot immoral, and
That person was a bad person.
thumping somebody on
Do
the
you think
forehead
killing
like
is
that.
always bad?
It's a lot less immoral than killing somebody. Calling someone a name is probably less immoral than flicking someone on the forehead. But those are all immoral. And like participating to your own benefit in a system for your benefit that causes oppression and harm to others is immoral. It's way less immoral than those other things, but it still is immoral. And I think that if we recognize that, it'll help us move forward because people are
How?
unwilling to admit that it is immoral.
Because then we'll have a basis for telling the femoids not to wear makeup. Demon Mama, clearly.
Is that really how it works? Like, I mean, to me, it just
In
seems like
particular,
all that you've established-
just to clarify, I want just in particular the natural makeup that looks like it's not makeup. The makeup that just makes it look like you're healthier and younger. Not like not like big wings and stuff. Not costume makeup. That's obviously makeup. I'm talking about making women look like more like they're on a cover of a magazine. And like when you look at a cover of a magazine, if someone educates you on it, you're gonna know that they did all kinds of touch-ups. But otherwise, you're just gonna be like, oh, I guess that's just a really beautiful woman.
Sometimes the fact of makeup by itself is also attractive.
Right. I don't know. I feel like this is like a hyper simplification and in service of a big old shrug. Just saying, yeah, everybody's immoral all the time and everything we do is immoral and putting on makeup is immoral and also wearing clothes is immoral and wearing your glasses is immoral. It just makes me go, well, then who fucking gives a shit about what's immoral or not? To me,
'Cause it's a spectrum.
at least, and it's valid. It's valid. You're allowed to think that way. I'm not saying you're not. And I mean, I do think it's a very silly way of going about the world. You are allowed to come to those conclusions. I just don't understand how it helps you in any way. It sounds to me throughout this entire conversation, you just sound kind of miserable and racked with guilt, and also like you're nursing some very strange things with people in your past. I don't know, but I can't know you to that degree, but that's what it comes across
Why you say
as,
that about?
at least to me.
I'm saying that it was bad for her that that people in her life think of her face as the makeup mask. Isn't that a horrific fact? Doesn't that
No,
horrify you?
The most people. Well, hold on a second. No, it doesn't, because my entire
should.
profession, it shouldn't. Why should it? Why should that horrify me?
What if let's just stop putting it.
That's like,
You
this
want
is
to
like
frame
Christian.
it.
This is like, it is a Christian
wanna-
thing. It's like
you want-
it's
I don't
like,
care
you
if it's
should be
Christian or
scared.
not.
Doesn't it terrify
No.
you that you're living in
I want to
defiance of
put
God?
it in
And I'm like,
another.
no,
I want to
because
put
I'm
it.
fine.
I want to reframe it in something you'll agree with because you're not going to agree with because makeup and whatever. So still makeup. Let's think about the Joker, like in that movie where he's like the mentally ill guy and stuff. And what if he always wears the Joker makeup, and the person underneath never gets to come out because everybody only sees him as the Joker. And when he talks to his friends, he's wearing the Joker makeup. And when he goes to events or whatever, he's just always wearing the Joker makeup. And then he goes one time and he's not wearing it, and they're like, "Who the fuck are you?" And they're like uncomfortable. It's like, "Oh well, you don't look like the Joker. You don't look that good to me. I guess it's you. Hey, could you please put the makeup back on? Because that's what we wanted." I think that we should be
This is an
comfortable and be
interesting story,
accepted.
but I don't understand.
We should be comfortable and accepted for what we actually look
I
like.
don't disagree with you, but I would feel like if you took off the makeup and your friends got mad at you, that would be like a problem with your friend's reaction to the fact that but that has nothing to do that. But wait a minute, it would. Wait, it would?
Yeah.
Then how come it's not a problem when you have a problem with your ex's face? That's
Because
your
when you
problem.
put the makeup on,
Oh, dude, you just fucking.
I was
come on,
answering
man.
you. I was
That's
answering
a
you.
total inconsistency.
because when you put the makeup on every day, what you're doing is you're reinforcing this state of my face is the makeup face, and your friends expect that of you.
That's their problem, isn't it?
It's your
We're
problem.
just having poor assumptions about the world. I don't think that people should. I think it would be stupid to live your life assuming that your partner is going to look exactly the same every day. And I think it is stupid to live your life assuming that any change to
That's
somebody
not the point
in
I'm
front of
making,
you
though.
is like a bad thing. But it is
That's not
the point you're
No,
making.
it's not. No,
You're
it's
not. Maybe it's not the point you're
No,
trying.
the point
to
I'm
make, but
making
it's
is
the
that
point
you
you're
don't
making.
see what your actual partner's face looks like except for 5 minutes in the fucking morning.
Again, bro, like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, maybe spend more time with your partner.
No.
What
She
what
had makeup
what
on.
gives?
She had makeup on 24/7 minus 4 minutes. And then those 4 minutes she would put her makeup on.
Smith, just to be clear, for people in my audience, the only time they have seen you is when you have flickering, flattering light from a particular angle. You are not presenting yourself in like normal room temperature light at the average height that people will be engaging with you at.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was the point I was gonna make about myself, present Sunday, which is that most people in the world know me by a false name, Demon Mama. They know me. They know me as, you know what? Weird. There's actually a game about this. It's called Metal Gear Solid 5. It's all about like.
Don't
boss,
spoil it.
what's it mean?
Don't spoil it.
But I'm not gonna spoil. It's a 15.
No,
10
no,
minute
I've
game.
played
I
it.
don't
I'm
know.
saying I know the line you're going down. You might spoil it.
No, it's just that we our perception is not wholly our control. We don't always get to control everything about our perception. But also, why do you care so much? Like, I know I
It's just
acknowledge
a
that the
topic
moment that I
I
step in
thought
front
would
of the
be good.
camera. Well, but no, it's certainly a topic. I just
we can yell
wonder
and-
where you get to the point of the morality angle when it comes to makeup. Because I do think that there are examples of great deception. I feel like you're fixating on one that is so minor, it almost like impedes your ability to appreciate other forms of deception. Like, for
No.
example,
No, because we don't.
What?
Because the thing is, because we expect women to wear makeup, and we think that women without makeup are ugly.
I
And
don't.
so, I mean,
You do,
I don't.
maybe. I
don't. But in
Okay,
general,
then.
we do.
I don't think that's true.
Some people do. I don't even know if it's general. I think there's like I think that the problem
Women who
is that
don't
there's
wear
a
makeup
handful
are
of people in the world.
women who don't wear makeup are uglier than women that wear makeup.
That's not true.
I-
A lot of
That's-
people,
I
a
think
lot of
that's
people
a fact.
specifically. No, because makeup
don't
tends
agree
to have
with
a
that.
particular look. That's one of the reasons why you can spot it very easily, even when
No,
it's subtle.
you don't know. No. The thing I'm talking about is because when
I think-
men that say that they think that men that say they like women without makeup are lying to themselves and lying to those women. Either one of those, or stupid. But I don't think you're stupid.
Hang on, I thought you said
You
you just said you liked women without makeup.
I do, and I also like women with.
So are you
makeup.
lying or stupid?
Both? I think it's
No,
both.
no,
Sunday.
don't be mean. It's
I
already
can
two
be
for
mean.
one.
You said I have a ticket to be mean.
No, you can insult
tell me
him.
I
But
can't
that's
be
the opposite
mean.
of what I'm saying.
Insult him
What I
kindly.
was yeah, okay. Well, no, the thing that I was saying was lying or stupid was when men say they like women without makeup, they would most men, I guess not me, I guess.
You want to
But
revise that first statement? Maybe that'll help you.
Wait, well, let me
I think
finish.
we got
Let me
him,
finish.
Sunday. I
Let me
think we got
finish.
him, Mr.
There's most men when they say they like women without makeup, they're not.
My
They don't
chat says we
actually.
got you.
They
My
don't
chat says
actually.
we got you.
Whatever. Most men when they say that they're not talking about actually lacking makeup. They're talking about the natural look that looks like it's not makeup. And if you present those men with two women side by side that are identical faces, and one has the natural makeup that doesn't look like it's makeup, like just has like certain level of concealer and a little bit of blush and stuff that makes her a little bit younger.
Fucking untrue for me, at least. I don't know about for you, but I'm poly. I have multiple partners in my house. Most of my partners do not wear makeup, and I fucking love them. I think they're beautiful. I think they're attractive. And you put it side by side, I would simply say this is just different versions of the same person. They're in a different outfit today and whatever. I don't know. Like,
Same rough ballpark. So here's my perspective on this. Like when I see someone who I usually find very attractive with makeup on and then without makeup on, I don't care. there's like an element of exoticism about when they do have it on. But I'm not like,
Sure.
what have you done with
Yeah.
Harvey face? Right?
Yeah.
Like that's not. It's you know it's makeup, even if it's like foundation, even if it's subtle, just like clearing up blemishes or whatever. Like I
I
don't.
want I
And
want
if it's a real like, oh, I was wearing foundation, like okay, so
I want people to like with the shaving my legs thing. Like I want people to love me for my hairy legs. I want if I had blemishes, if I have scars, I would want people to love me for my scars, and I would not want to have to cover them up.
well, you don't have to cover them up, but just because you would
Then
like
why
for
do you?
somebody, just because you would like for somebody to love you with whatever imperfections you perceive about yourself, doesn't mean that therefore there is some moral impetus um, to like make those as the most obvious features, or like to not modify your appearance at all so that you necessarily keep them. And by the way, doing that doesn't actually make it so that people who love you wouldn't love you anyways if you did have those
Right,
things
right.
front and center.
Right.
Yeah.
But the okay, you've really helped me narrow this down with in my head. When you have, if say you have scars, if you cover up your scars, that's gonna be good for you or whatever. But like I was saying before, but the message that you're sending to the world is that people are more beautiful when their scars are covered up.
Right now, I'm covering up 3 of my scars
Right.
on my body as a pure side effect of wearing other clothes because I don't want to be fucking naked on stream.
Well, then that's
So,
the different
no,
thing.
I
I'm not
am
talking about
no,
that.
see, this is the problem with
Scars
the whole
on your face.
conversation.
Scars on your face.
I have scars on my face, and I don't hide any of them. So
Good.
what?
Good.
I don't know.
But if you
I-
did,
but if I
if you
decided to
did,
show up
but you're
with a
not
mask,
engaging with what I said though. I'm saying if
no,
you had
it's
scars on your
what you're
face,
saying is silly. It's
we know,
absurd.
yeah, but if you had
What you're
scars
saying
on
is
your,
absurd.
if you had scars on your face and you cover them up to go in public, what you're telling the world is that scars are ugly and you should cover them up.
I understand the point he's
Telling the
making.
world?
I understand the
Right.
point he's making. The point he's making is that there's an implication when you wear things that obscure features of your body that you are tacitly telegraphing to the world that you consider those features that you are hiding,
Yes.
insofar as they are detected or insofar as they are not detected in the people who wear makeup, that these are in some sense undesirable traits. Unfortunately, for your argument, that does not by itself make it so. So that's insufficient. Like yeah, potentially, that may be the upshot. Everybody wears a specific kind of clothing. We're all wearing pants here. I mean, at least you two are. I'm not, of course. It's my stream. But like, therefore, the implication is, hey, it's a bad thing to not wear pants, right? That's there. There's a lot of social pressure to wear specific articles of clothing just because everybody does. But that by itself is not sufficient to say that therefore it's immoral for people to or damaging for people to wear clothes,
But-
because the frequency of that might create some norm or something. That's not sufficient.
Exactly.
But you need clothes,
And
like because you get
additionally,
it
it
for.
also sidesteps. It
have to
also
have clothes.
sidesteps the question. No,
You don't have to have
well, I mean, in
clothes.
some environments,
Unless you
have
live
to,
on
in
the
many you do
unless you
not.
live on the equator.
We're all indoors right now.
It's cold in my
Yes,
room.
Actually, it's actually absolutely well. That's well, okay. Turn up your heat. But there's a jump going on there from the it is good to be proud of your body even if it has scars, versus it is bad to ever hide those scars for any reason.
Not
But
for
then
you.
Also,
For
okay,
others.
but okay, whatever. But it also it sidesteps the question of like, where is the source of this coming from? Who is the one who is pushing the idea? And I think it's usually very clear. For example, when you're talking about scars or physical physical differences, like somebody having a differently shaped body or whatever, it often comes from a very small percentage of any population. People who are in positions of power choose to broadcast these messaging. For example, I mean, God knows that, Disney movies were really bad about this. Like, every villain is depicted as like a scarred up, deformed person until very recently, in which that's begun to change. And likewise, as a result of the higher level messaging changing, of course, of course, that was challenged not by the people in the largest positions of power. Likewise, for makeup, if we want to go to the issue of makeup, the predominance and the demand to wear makeup is often propagated by people who hold money over everybody else. Women need jobs because they need to eat, and if they need the job so that they can eat, then they are left to the mercy of whoever is giving the job. And if the person giving the job is a patriarchal, uncritical guy who's sitting on a ton of money who thinks that women need to have a certain type of makeup, of course that's going to propagate that. But that's not the people putting the makeup on that are propagating that. They are only at best participating in a system that was created by someone else, that is being perpetuated predominantly by someone else. And I do think there are some examples where this is a little, where it becomes harder to designate the source. Like, for example,
I think there's merit to everything you just said, by the way. Sorry.
Well, thank you. I don't see the value in condemning or even, I don't know, or even taking the time to worry about whether somebody who is in the barest level saying, okay, I have to deal with this thing. I don't see where the value comes from.
Here, can I
wait? I have one point to make, and then President Sunday, all right?
Sure.
So I think it's if you're just working at a gas station or whatever, it doesn't matter. But if you're like a public figure, if you're like Michelle Obama, and you have scars on your face, and you cover them up to do all your press conferences, then you're telling that you're really, really. It would do so much good to not cover your scars, and like for all women, and you're really spreading that message, that covering, because people are probably going to know you have scars, and covering those up, you're telling all women now they have to cover up their scars. But if you're just a gas station, it's the levels of
that's true to a degree, but also keep in mind that there is a heavier cost for someone like Michelle Obama. Like,
right,
for example, Michelle Obama, by not wearing that makeup, would be deliberately opening herself up to incredible pain. Like,
yes.
for example, the fact that, so it's not that simple.
Or how about let's make
Michelle
it less selfish than that. Michelle Obama is a politician. She would open herself up to failing to win the votes of very superficial people, with the result that a
Donald Trump,
politician who's who's more hostile to women, etc., gets into a position of power. It's not that simple.
I think that when you wear the makeup, it's not just that there are these evil people at the top forcing you to. I think that every individual woman, and like not just women, like I was saying the example of men, but we're talking about makeup. Every individual woman that wears the makeup, it benefits their life. And I think if you want to stop that cycle, you have to have a shit ton of women be like, we're going to stop wearing makeup now. Deal with it.
Okay, look, I don't think anybody's denying...
Can I tweak this just a tiny bit? Sure. If you tweak the wording from saying benefiting their life, which I think you might be correct by a certain interpretation, it negates negatives that are put on them. It doesn't necessarily benefit them. It just negates negatives. Because, like, this is... people... and I'm not saying these are 100% analogous. I'm just drawing a comparison. There are people who will say that gay people, gay people aren't truly being discriminated against because they can just go back into the closet. But the truth is, they're not gaining a benefit by going into the closet. They are just avoiding a severe negative that has been placed on them. And I think that there's a similar thing that could be going on here with regard to makeup, where it's not so much a benefit strictly as they are negating pre-existing negatives in our society. And what I think is that we should focus on those negatives. We should focus on who is creating those. Who are the people that are pushing those? And I think there's a pretty clear answer when it comes to makeup, which is makeup brands, which is glamour magazines, luxury brands. These are people with huge platforms that are dictating to everyone else that that's the case. I don't think it's everyday people. I don't think everyday women putting on makeup so that they can, live their lives without these negatives on them are engaging in any sort of negative, like immoral act. They're just trying to negate the negatives that are being placed on them unjustly by society. And I think that goes true, by the way, that would make, if you take it from that position, I think that fits more with all of the other things you're saying. The glasses, the clothes, the everything that we do, where we're trying to cope with a negative that's been placed on us, as opposed to gaining a direct benefit. And I would argue, of course, there are some extreme examples. Maybe some people go so far into the makeup or so far into something that they almost pop out the other end where they are actively contributing to it. But I think those are edge cases as opposed to the general rule.
I think just very quickly, I don't think anyone's denying that there's like obviously a point where treating some type of fashion behavior as the norm gives the implication that the absence of that is in some way a deficiency or something like that. What I think is raising eyebrows here is that there are so many comparable cases that you're not fixating upon for some reason. Like, for
Well,
example, shaving in a particular way to flatter your face, having a particular
same,
hairstyle,
same.
using a skin product for like, yeah, stuff like that. Like,
Well, but we can acknowledge
using
though, right? This
lighting.
is me reaching out
Yeah.
I don't think
to
the light.
Smith here. But you can acknowledge that like that people can have multiple reasons for the reason, like multiple reasons why they do something, right?
Yeah.
Like say shaving, um, like I,
Or
I'm
not
gonna be
shaving.
vulnerable here for just 1 second. I'm a trans person, you know. I gotta shave my face. It sucks. I don't like it. But I don't do it for other people. I do it for myself. It seriously bothers me. I get gender dysphoria when I don't do that. It's something is a serious thing that bothers me. I don't. And while yes, at the same time, I do happen to be, you know, fitting to some standard. I don't do it for anybody else. I never do it for anybody else. If I don't want to do it, I just stay in bed or take the day off or whatever. I'm able to do that. I do it only for myself. I also know my partners don't give a shit. So you see what I mean? Like that is something where sure, there is actually a stigma that exists, but I don't do it to play to, it has no connection to that stigma. It's something totally about myself that I don't like myself. I don't like the way that I look that way at all. I am at peace with it. I acknowledge it's a part of my body. I don't have any like deep self-hate. I just don't like it. It makes me feel bad personally. That makes sense?
I think that yeah, I don't I can feel the thing that Mr. Girl is talking about right now where I don't feel comfortable disagreeing with you about your own body because it just feels weird. Go
I
ahead.
only use it because I feel like it's a you don't have to disagree with me about my own body. I'm just I'm expressing my genuine feelings about certain aspects.
I think that if you don't like yourself without shaving, that pressure has been hoisted upon you. It's not like you were born feeling like you need to shave or something. You know, like the expectations of what you should look like come from society.
Well, no, because no, that's not true because society would actually, if you really want to go into it, society would pressure me not to shave.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying
by
because
default, and in fact,
because
but it's something
you
that's
know what I'm
bothered me
saying.
for my entire life. It's
Well,
always bothered.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Like the pressure to look like a woman is the pressure to not have a shaved face. You know, not have facial hair.
Well,
So
the funny thing is that these days I don't really care about looking like a woman. I literally don't think about that at all. I used to much more, especially when I was very early on in transition, and I was a lot closer to a lot of the immediate trauma of people treating me so poorly for you know changing anything about myself. But I mean, I cut my hair short intentionally. That's not womanly. I did that because I wanted to. That was something I wanted for myself. And in fact, I also deliberately changed personally. I deliberately changed the type of clothes that I wear because I didn't want to feel like I was because I didn't want to just only dress the way that other people want to tell me I want to dress the way I was. And sometimes the way that I want to dress is a little bit more masculine, even though I still use she, her pronouns. I'm still a trans woman. You see what I mean? Like, I don't think it's as clean as just saying that, like, whether someone chooses to do one action or another is participating or harming other people. I don't think I've harmed anyone by any of my stylistic choices at all. I mean, besides the very broad sense that yes,
right.
participating in capitalism.
Thank you.
Is
Thank you for that. Okay, great. Then I don't have to do that again.
Yeah.
There's 4
Obviously,
minutes
I
left.
agree with you on that.
There's
Sure.
4 minutes left. Do you want to take turns wrapping up your positions?
Sure.
Or if you've moved on your positions, make that statement or whatever. Who wants to go first?
I think that the main disagreement was how we talk about morality, mainly. Um, I still feel the same.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll sum up mine then. If you're done, are you done?
I'll just say, to women out there that want to be like public figures or something, fuck it. Just be beautiful without makeup and still make it to the top despite the expectations. And same thing to men. You should just be emotionally vulnerable. And even though I feel pressure as a streamer, well, it was easy because this debate thing, but usually I don't get very mad on stream, surprisingly. But like, you just get there. Just, you don't have to be an angry man if you're a man and you're a streamer. Just be yourself and be emotionally vulnerable. Like, you don't have to fill that role. You just break the rules.
Just very quickly, because I have an image to uphold. I disavow this message entirely. Men, wear makeup to hide your emotions. Even mama.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as that statement goes, I don't have any disagreements with that. I mean, I showed my tummy scars on stream the other day, were from my surgery. I don't care. I'm not exactly famous for having the cleanest image around, although I do have a flair for style, as you can tell by my backdrops and things like that. I just don't think you're a bad person if you don't decide that you want to not do makeup every day or whatever. I don't really look at the world that way. I think that we should reserve morals when we make a moral statement. That should be for things that are remarkably important, where we have where our actions are we're actually able to make decisions. I also don't disagree with the idea that there is some level of moral culpability that comes from being a participant in society, but how far that goes, I don't know how useful it is to try and break that down into saying that you're immoral for being a part of the society that you were born into. You didn't have a choice in that matter. But yeah, that's basically it. I have a slightly different approach to morality. I don't really view not doing the good thing as a necessary bad thing. I realize we moved a little bit on that, but yeah, that's about it. I don't disagree with the idea that people should be more authentic, even in their performativity. I think that there is a great amount of authenticity that can come from dressing the fuck up and putting together an outfit and making a legend, building a legend or something along those lines. I mean, after all, I am the first demon type streamer, so I'd be pretty hypocritical if I thought there was something wrong with building a legend for yourself. Yeah. Anyway, all right, that's about it.
All right,
Yeah.
nice meeting
Thank you, Smith.
Yeah, it was great,
Thank
great
you.
talking with you. Intense
thanks,
combo. Good.
Thanks everybody who nominated him. We are doing extremely well. We are at 1.6K on the stream, and we are. I think we must be at about 7.6